In this lesson, we are learning how to describe a problem. That is one of the most important skills in product management. If you can describe a problem clearly, you're already thinking like a product manager. So let's dive in and see what this course has to offer. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to understand what a problem statement is. You'll know why clear problem statements matter. You'll learn the structure of a good problem statement, and you will be able to write simple problem statement. So what is a problem statement? A problem statement is a clear description of a real problem that users are facing. It is a clear description of a real problem that users are facing. A problem statement helps everyone understand the problem the same way. Before we build anything, we must agree on the problem. So, in simple words, it explains what is wrong, for who, and why it matters. Now, let's look at why clear problem statements matter. When problem statements are vague, teams waste time debating ideas. When they are clear, teams move faster and make better decisions. This is especially important for beginner PMs who need clarity to lead confidently. So problem statements matter because they help teams focus on the right issue, avoid building the wrong thing, and align faster. So what is the key difference between problem and solution? Many beginners confuse problems with solutions. A problem explains pain, while a solution explains what to build. Let's take a look at these examples. Now let's look at the problem. Users struggle to track expenses. Now what's the solution? Let's build an expense tracking application. Do you notice the difference? Users struggle to track expenses, right? That's the problem. Now the solution is to build an expense tracking application. So problem is simply the pain, while the solution is explains what to build to solve the pain. So what makes a good problem statement? A good problem statement is clear, simple, focused on the user, and free of solutions. If a child can understand your problem statement, it's probably a good one. So here is a simple structure of a strong problem statement. A simple formula PMs use is the user who is affected by the problem, the actual problem, and the impact of the problem. Now let's look at it in a sentence form. Users struggle with problem which leads to impact. This formula keeps us focused and prevents us from jumping to features. Now, let's have a look at a clear problem statement. Busy professionals struggle to track their daily expenses, which causes poor money management and stress. So let's break it down. Who is the who in this problem statement? Busy professionals, right? Now, what's the problem? They struggle to track daily expenses. And now, what's the impact of this problem? It causes poor money management and stress. Did you see how we've been able to put the the elements of the problem statement formula, the users, the problem, and the impact of the problem. So whenever you want to write a clear problem statement, ensure the user, the problem, and the impact of the problem is mentioned. And please don't add feature or solution. Now let's have a look at this example. Now we have weak and strong problem statements. Let's critique it. For the weak problem statement, users want more features. That's weak. We don't even know why do they want more features? We don't even know what it's all about. This would get the team confused. Now let's look at the strong problem statement. New users struggle to complete onboarding, leading to low activation and early drop-off. New users, the who? What's the problem they are having? They struggle to complete onboarding. And what's the impact of the problem? It leads to low activation and early drop-off. Is that clear? The strong example is specific, measurable, and focused on user pain and impact. It, it gives the team a strong, clear direction without telling them what to build. So, what's the key difference between problem statements and opportunity statements? Problem statements and opportunity statements work together. The problem explains the pain, the opportunity explains the value of solving it. One without the other leads to poor prioritization. So the problem statement is what's wrong, why the opportunity statement is simply why fixing what is wrong matters. And here is common beginner mistakes new PMs make. They make the mistake of mixing problems with solutions, being too vague, making assumptions, and writing from personal opinions. So, how PMs use problem statements in practice? PMs use problem statements to guide discovery, evaluate ideas, and communicate with stakeholders. A clear problem statement also becomes a reference point whenever someone suggests a feature. The PM can ask, does this actually solve the problem we define? Do you understand? So here are the key takeaways. Clear problems lead to better solutions. Avoid mixing problems with features. And specific beats vague every time. To conclude, great PMs are great problem definers. If you learn to clearly describe the problem, the right solution becomes much easier to find. Thank you for learning with Fesama Q Fake Academy.